Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine! Dear brothers and sisters, today we commemorate this day for so many years, and we are seeing the cracks appearing in the walls. We can see the opinions changing in the US, in the whole world, that what the media shows on their screens is not the reality. What media shows is what their masters tell them to show. But now with the rise of social media and these grassroots movements, everybody knows the truth, that Palestinian people are the owners of the land and Israel is the occupier. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Freedom-loving US nationals, you are in this campaign preaching for the US nationalism, so that there are so many foreigners who are invading in your country. Just think of Palestinians. Their whole country has been taken over, and when they protest, they are marked as the terrorists. That's so unfair. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
I would urge all of you to join us in this movement for the freedom of every nation, freedom of every human being. Every human being has the right to live in security and peace. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Brothers, on that note, I would like to call Maulana Shamshad Haider to please come and enlighten us with his soulful words. Salawat!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Holy Quran, the scripture of Muslims, Man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin aw fasadin fil ard. Man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin aw fasadin fil ard faka'annama qatala an-nasa jami'an. In the Holy Quran, it says very clearly a person who kills an innocent person, right? Not forsaking, not in retribution to a crime, not in response to some mischief or murder, rather killing unlawfully one human being is equal to killing the whole of humanity. So then we see that if a person stays quiet in the face of the realities that surround us, whether the reality be the case of Palestine, or the reality be the suffering of the African Americans in the United States, or that be the Hispanic population in the United States, or suffering in Africa, suffering in Latin America, suffering in any other part of the world, especially in the Middle East, where obviously the energy hub of the world. But unfortunately, Israel has been planted, the Zionist state of Israel. 67 years ago, they, in what is called the Nakba, they came and executed thousands of people and forcibly evacuated hundreds of thousands of families from their homes. And when after emptying those homes, after the reign of terror, they brought the people who were brought in from Europe, the Jewish, those who were settlers, they brought them and gave them those homes of Palestinians for free to live in. And this has been going on. Settlements are, they occupy most of the occupied territories. Palestinians, the land that they actually have left with is very small percentage of the total land of Palestine. Israel is an apartheid Zionist state, a racist apartheid state that denies the local population of their basic human rights, amenities, freedom of expression, and the freedom of education and other things. two or more attacks on Gaza, where the Zionist regime destroyed hundreds of or thousands of houses and buildings. They have blocked the city. It's an open air prison where the Israeli government, the Zionist government, does not allow any construction material to get in to rebuild the houses.
It's another Holocaust!
It's another Holocaust.
It's another Holocaust!
It's another Holocaust.
U.S. money is the cause!
U.S. money is the cause.
U.S. money is the cause!
U.S. money is the cause.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine.
Now, this has been going on for 67 years, and since about 37 or so years, Ayatollah Khomeini, he came out and he said the issue of Palestine is not an issue of Arabs or Palestinians only. It is first of all, it's an issue of all Muslims. Secondly, it's an issue of all humanity. Anyone oppressed anywhere, is just like the Palestinians being oppressed in their homeland. So we are confronting a situation where the United States foreign policy is skewed in favor of the Zionist regime. We have every year annually U.S. taxpayers. They support the Zionist state who are holding on to their power, forcibly establishing settlements, and denying Palestinians to get back in their homeland and to allow any kind of plebiscite or elections to determine the fate of their homeland. Now, with this U.S. support of Palestine, of the occupiers of Palestine, we see that the daily suffering of Palestinians is increasing every minute. The children who are abused and picked up and tortured or imprisoned without knowledge of their parents. Women are hurt and shot in cold blood, and the amount of suffering is just beyond understanding, beyond comprehension.
U.S. generosities!
Israeli atrocities.
U.S. generosities!
Israeli atrocities.
Israel's atrocities! U.S. generosities!
Israeli atrocities.
Israel's atrocities!
Israeli atrocities.
U.S. weapons go away!
U.S. weapons go away.
Stop the killing right away!
Stop the killing right away.
So today, now the Muslims, I think most of the crowd here are Muslims, and anyone is welcome here. But we Muslims currently we are fasting. This is the holy month of Ramadan. People are fasting, this is a hot day, and it's not easy. For kids, you see their faces, they're all standing here, families, right? And this is not the only place. We have 18 or 19 cities in the United States currently out on the street protesting and showing solidarity to the people of Palestine.
Down with Zionism!
Down with Zionism.
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 U.S. generosity!
U.S. generosities.
U.S. generosity!
U.S. generosities.
Israel atrocities!
Israel atrocities.
Israel atrocities!
Israel atrocities.
Now, because the money comes from U.S. taxpayers, because the weapons, you see, they're coming from the United States. The weapons Israel produces because of the support of the, U.S. government. So, is Palestine a burden of Muslims alone? This is my question. I'm just asking the conscientious, American people here. Is Palestine a burden of the Muslims to carry alone? Do the U.S. people not have any responsibility in what happens to the Palestinian people, the Palestinian families? Have you ever met a Palestinian here in Houston? How many years has he not seen his 3 generations have been kicked out of their homeland, enormous suffering, all of that. Do the American people have any responsibility in this area, in this regard, or not? Well, we didn't provide Israel any money. We didn't support Israel through weapons. We didn't provide Apache helicopters. We didn't provide any guns to Israel. We didn't provide money to kill Palestinians. Who provided the weapons and the money, and annually who gives large chunks of money to the Zionist regime? Who does that? American government, in the eyes of the world, has lost its credibility, lost its respect, because it supports all the tyrannical regimes in the Middle East. Israel, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and other unelected imperialist governments in the Middle East who constantly suppress their people. Bahrain, a tiny 5% or 1% minority, rules over the rest of the people. No elections, no freedom of speech. People are put in prisons indefinitely, jobs, nothing, no education. Right now there is a movement for democracy going on in Bahrain. Saudi Arabia has never seen elections. This 100 years now, the Saudi family has been put in place over there, right, against the will of the Saudi people, I can't say Saudi, the Arabian people. And just last year, in the annual Hajj pilgrimage, 7,000 pilgrims lost their lives because of the criminal negligence of the Saudis. To this year, they have denied Iranian pilgrims to come and attend the Hajj. Now, you see, this is happening, and under the watch of the American government. The support that goes from here to those dictators who have no place among the hearts of their people. And all this support has caused enormous human suffering. Nobody knows how many people are in the prisons in those countries. Even the Turkish government that has been supporting ISIL, the terrorist Daesh in Syria, Turks, they are suppressing the voice of their own people. They are banning newspapers who report the facts. Now, the same investment, the same money they gave to terrorists, now it's coming back. We hear about these explosions going off in Istanbul airport, other places. Who was the biggest support of these ISIL people? They were the Turkish government. You see, people are waking up. Al-Quds, this day is being commemorated all over the world right now. People, the Muslims in Ramadan, the fasting come out. All day they march, and this is growing. There's unity between Muslims and non-Muslims on this issue. In America, in campuses, a lot of American youth have become aware of the situation in the occupied territories, and they are leading a campaign to stop, U.S. involvement in the occupied territories, U.S. support, and business that goes to Israeli regime over there. We ask all the people, all who hear our voice, that this is time we stand up so that we are not seen on the wrong side of history. We have been silent long enough, and we have become, all those who do not raise their voice against oppression, their hands are stained in blood, in Palestinian blood, blood of the Palestinian babies and children. Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
I'd like to invite Brother Heather to kindly come on stage and recite the resolution, please.
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for coming out. As is a tradition, we close with the resolutions. But prior to that, let's bring some energy to the crowd. Occupation is a crime!
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 Free, free Palestine!
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 In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. Salam to all the martyrs on the path of nobility. What has been happening in Palestine is another Holocaust. The warmongers are having a field day with the bloodshed of the innocent people. The Zionist regime is leading the charge